Okay, what's up? This is going to be a little bit different of a video. It is a Bizarre Bub clip. I kind of wanted to go a little deeper into just one clip instead of doing um, a whole top 5 countdown. So this is just going to be this clip because it's kind of long um, on Bizarre Bub. So we're just going to jump right into it. Let's check it out.
On November 14 of 2025, a small family rents out an Airbnb for a few days, unaware that they would encounter something very unsettling while staying there. They had booked the place in advance for an upcoming wedding that was out of town, so staying here made sense. But one night, after coming back from walking their dog, this happens.
We were just out walking my dog, and when we came in, we heard Jesus Christ.
The window was open. She just closed the window. Of course things are blowing around if it's windy. Okay.
Grinch!
Somehow, the leash on her dog's collar suddenly jolts up in a quick motion.
Hold the phone. I like how this leash that gets yanked up in the air, she got video of that and then decided to stick listen up with a big ear over the whole thing. Why would they have this rug, this loose ass rug, like flowing down the steps in an Airbnb? Wouldn't you think that would be like a slip hazard? That's a little bit weird. And it's like two runners just thrown on the stairs.
Motion before wrapping itself around her dog. It just flings up as if someone
Well, it doesn't really wrap it. I mean, it just falls that way. It's not like it's wrapping itself around the dog. It just kind of falls on the dog's head.
had chucked it upwards, but clearly no one is seen on the stairs to have done that, which is very odd considering that just moments ago this was heard. Now,
No, it doesn't. It's not odd to hear other people that are moving around in a house. It's not odd.
Grinch!
Okay, right there. Why cut? Why? Why are we covering up the camera? Something like that just happened. I mean, if you were so, maybe if you're so freaked out that you could go like this and you go or if you put it in your other hand, I don't know. It just the covering up of the camera doesn't make any sense to me. It never does. It's like why can't we see what you're gonna see? You know, we never can, especially here with this big listen up sticker put right over the collar, making it hard to see when it takes off.
Sydney, who recorded this video, was just as baffled as the Airbnb host who received this video from her. But this wouldn't be the only video she sends, because the next day, while placing the leash on the stairs to see if it would jump again, this is captured.
Okay, so this is the leash. There she goes again. I don't think the leash is gonna move, but she's definitely sensing something.
pull that rug up. It's right. I mean, that's the very end of the one on the second one on the bottom. Go pull it. Show me it. I want to see under that rug. It wouldn't be. I'm no dog expert, but it doesn't seem out of the realm of possibility. First of all, for there to be something under these weird rugs just put there to attract the dog, or just that a dog would kind of go up there when you threw its leash there. I don't know. I've had dogs before. When you pick up the leash and do something with it, they go. They're like, it's all right. It's go time.
Sydney even checks the rug to see if anything on or under it was making her dog behave this way. But still.
Wait, did she do that in a continuous flow? All right, we got the original video on this person's TikTok.
If this moves, I'm literally going to run. Seeing something every single day.
But doesn't this part where the dog leaves the steps go against the narrative of the dog staying in one spot all day and doing weird things? Also, no. Case in point, there is not a continuous shot where she checks underneath the rug. And then whenever we watch, she checks the other side of the rug.
Sydney even checks the rug to see if anything on
Why is she checking this side? Check the side where the dog was tugging at it.
or under it was making her dog behave this way. But still, nothing. However, there's something in this video that's worth pointing out, and it's a detail. Sydney's dog is always around a certain area of the stairs. It's always the middle or lower half of the steps, but never the top. If it wasn't for this detail, Sydney would not have realized this.
So, I just found a door back here. So I don't think that it's what's on the stairs. I tried to check, but the door is locked.
Stop tugging on things that aren't yours. Oh my god, this is going to drive me insane. I'm focusing heavily on these stairs. Show me the stairs. Let's find them. This is silly. What? Well, there's a problem with that. Oh, that music is terrible. So I'm going to shut that off. Look at this. Trying to see if I accidentally capture a ghost. Oh my god. Okay, we get the stairs. Just kind of like goes around the building. Where are the rugs? Why are the rugs? I know why the rugs aren't there. Tampering. But yeah, this is an original video, and the rugs are gone. First of all, it doesn't make sense for an Airbnb to have rugs like that on their staircase. That you would just fly down those like you would slip so easily, or you could. That's a huge liability. We haven't made it very far into this one yet, but for this, I'm going to assume I'm not there, so I can't prove this, but if this is an Airbnb for real, they put those rugs there. The people staying there, not the Airbnb. This person. And for what I assume is to hide weird things, to make the dog act weird, to hide string so they could yank the leash up in the air conveniently while she's up there. And then let me show the throwing of the leash back onto the stairs. Like, oh, look, it's not moving now. I was like, oh, wow, yeah, now you're down here. So you're not up there being able to yank on it.
I wonder if...
Oh, man.
Just came in. There's someone right behind the door. Oh my god.
Almost immediately after Sydney pulls out her phone, the doorknob suddenly turns. Although no one was seen on the other side, the door handle moves as if held from the other end.
Okay, experiment time.
Okay, guys, I'm really freaked out right now. I found that every third time that I shove my phone under this door in the bathroom, don't ask me why I'm doing that, the towel that's hanging on the inside disappears. It's just gone. Watch, I'll show you. It's freaking crazy. Okay, that's one. Okay, that's two. Okay, that's three. Let's check. Whoa. Okay, well, let's keep it rolling, because it comes back. Watch this. Let's check. Whoa! I have no idea what's happening. Probably proof of the afterlife, though.
Okay, so the little experiment that I just did, obviously it's not exactly the same because I don't have another person with me to jiggle the inside of the door and then jump in and out of the room, when I cut. However, I showed you that with very minimal work. I mean, I whacked that video together in like 15 minutes. I mean, it was nothing. And eagle-eyed viewers will notice that, it's not the cuts are probably not the greatest in the world. And the continuity of the towel does change because I didn't pay too much attention to putting it back in the exact same position. But that's it. It's so easy to do stuff like that. And if I really wanted to make it perfect, I would just spend a little more time with it. But I just wanted to show that this whole phone going under and coming back thing when it comes back through, it's a perfect place to cut. So I don't believe that they don't have access to whatever room this is. If it's an Airbnb, fine, sure, but there's somebody in there, and they know who it is, whoever it is. It's very easy to do, and I don't know. We'll keep it moving, but that's how that's done. My thought is, they Airbnb or not, they probably know who owns this house, and they are all in on it. This is an interesting tactic right here. This is brilliant. When you slide the phone out, she gets herself on camera so that it creates the illusion that you understand as the viewer that she's not tampering with anything. Because look, we can see her not tampering with anything. So it makes it instead of neither one of them making sense, it makes it seem like, look, I'm not messing with anything. Look, you can see me. Slide it back. But it could be a cut in every single time that phone goes under the door. There could be a cut. There's somebody down there with string around the phone, and just you see it. Notice how it falls. Notice how it falls, like plops down the stairs. Imagine me pulling it. Okay, so we get there's a sort of an update video on the actual TikTok channel, and you get a good look at the basement stairs. I just wanted to look at this landing right here. So this is where the door would be. So if you had your phone about halfway through there, it's weird to me. Like how do you explain that to, if it's really an Airbnb host and you don't have access to this regularly? How do you explain that? Hey man, I need you to come over here and unlock this door. My phone flew down all of the steps. I mean, it's not paranormal. What would you think the guy would be like? What are you doing? Would you kick it or something? It wouldn't even fall like that if you had kicked it. Okay, so at the very beginning, the moving of the beads, the window was open right next to it. Um, there was a weird moment in that part where when she goes to shut the window, she covers the camera up with her hand for some reason, and then it comes back and she's a little closer. And I think I don't know why, I think that that's a cut that has something to do with somebody getting out of the way so they could pull the dog leash with a string, because that's what happens next. She also mentions, look, the balloons are moving right after she shut a window. That stuff is, I'm not even gonna consider ghosts when balloons are moving next to an open window. And that is the wrong way to go. I do believe they're hiding something with the rugs on the staircase. We get a shot of it in one of her other TikToks where there are no rugs on the staircase, and it just seems like a big liability and a slip hazard and a trip hazard. I don't think an Airbnb host would do that. I just don't. Although I can't find any strings. I've gone frame by frame. I can't find any strings on the dog leash. Nothing like that. I mean, I'm sure that's what it is, but I can't prove it. There's something under the rugs. There's something hidden under those rugs for sure. And of course, whenever she goes to look at it, there's a cut. It's not a fluid video. And then whenever she finally has another video where she's walking up and checking under the rug, she checks the opposite side than where the dog was digging around. That didn't make any sense. We had a little fun experiment to show how you can make cuts and do the whole sliding the phone back and forth under the door trick. That was fun. But yeah, it's fake. I think that they either had access to that basement or they know the owner. But that phone also, I would imagine, would be destroyed, which is why they pulled it down the steps like this. Ploop, 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 ploop. I don't know. I think it's fake. I think that there's enough there of a debunk to call it fake. Yeah. Don't get scammed. Okay, I changed my mind. I picked a random Depths of Despair video just because I did that one and I was like, I'm going to stick another one on the end. A little bonus one. So I just wanted to. I was bored. So here we go. This is just a random Depths of Despair, and then I just clicked the number one on this list.
The next video comes from the YouTube channel Mary Therese Pagay. Mary is a nursing student from the Philippines who was at home one day with her little brother, recording a demonstration video for her YouTube channel in preparation for her final exam.
Now that I have introduced myself to the patient, explained the procedure, and asked for his consent, verified the client's identity, and provide...
Ano ito?
Sige pa din, sige na. 1, 2, 3, go. Now that I have introduced myself to the patient,
The light flashes for a brief moment.
Okay, I grew up in a trailer house, and the AC had gone out. Most of the time living there, growing up there, the central AC did not work. So we used window units all the time. That happens when the lights flicker when the compressor kicks on in an AC unit like that. So they've got the AC running. So that AC, I bet the compressor just kicked on, so the lights flicker. I mean, that's happened to me a billion times. But let's keep going.
The closet door slams shut on its own, startling Mary and her brother, and making them run out of the room completely. Mary then made a follow-up video showcasing the closet in question, and that's when things get even more creepy.
This is where it all began, and this is the cabinet. So as you can see, this cabinet is full of clothes and no person can actually, oh my gosh, fit inside here. And this is where my brother stood, and this is the light switch. So my brother was videotaping me, and the lights actually started to flicker before the cabinet opened. And actually before that, we were actually experiencing weird things. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I'm very scared.
If you didn't notice, a creepy voice can be heard while she was showcasing the closet.
And actually before that, we were actually experiencing weird things.
That's the compressor from that AC unit. It's not a voice going, You listen carefully, you can hear it when she's talking before there. You can't hear the compressor, and then it kicks on, and then you can actually hear the compressor running. Check it out.
Weird things.
Hear that buzz? I'll clip it out and play it back a couple of times.
She eventually decided to set up a home security camera inside her bedroom in order to see what evidence she may find. An electric fan inside the room turns on by itself, and then some strange smoke rises up out of nowhere, and an orb also appears just moments before the fan turns off again.
That's the absolutely terrifying thing
on
that
its
happened.
own, and just mere minutes later, she captures this.
Everything is going off screen that direction. Everything. This cabinet earlier when it opened even got pulled that direction. And we know there's a door over there. This fan, if somebody is back here and all they have to do is, it's an oscillating fan, all they would have to do is plug it in, it would turn on and start oscillating, and then they would just unplug it again, and then it would stop wherever it was. And it would be off. That's easy. So yeah, I found a dirty old fan. It's not the exact setup, but it just shows you how easily you can make an oscillating fan move off camera and anything else you really want, so long as nobody sees you. And two things I wanted to point out about that. My little demonstration video, you can kind of hear me plug in the fan, but you wouldn't hear it here because there's no audio for this. So I mean, that would solve that problem, first of all. And then I noticed right here, I just, before, if anybody watches this and goes, well, hold on, the fan is plugged in up here to this power strip. The power strip is not plugged in up here. So you could just unplug the power strip and unplug everything. So this fan is being unplugged off camera. And so this chair is being jerked around off camera. Anyway.
And it's not just at night time too. A little earlier on in the day, and things were even worse.
This was earlier on in the day? Hang on. So this is the image we have of when the fan turns on and then off and then the chairs move. What we're about to watch is earlier in the day, so they brought this chair in here. Fine. So they bring this chair in here. So you're telling me this is the shot of earlier in the day. And, which is convenient enough, this chair is now gone. And we don't have a shot of the floor anymore. So, from this to the other, if it's all supposed to be in the same day, that means they've moved the chair out of the room. And they've changed the camera angle so that we can't see the floor. And of course, the one thing that's going to move is off camera. So somebody's just laying here.
But the worst is yet to come.
Wait. Okay, so this thing opened without touching the fan. We watched it slowly open the whole way. The fan didn't get bumped. If the fan was in the way, it was opening so lightly, we would have either seen it bump the fan or it would stop when it hit the fan. So we know the fan is not obstructing this door in any way. Yet when it gets slammed shut, I think whoever's laying on the floor messing with it slammed it shut and accidentally whacked the fan with their hand. Watch it again.
But the worst is yet to come.
Oh my god.
But the worst is yet to come.
Ooh.
If you missed it, take a look again. A hand
missed
can
it.
be seen reaching out from the closet. As we saw earlier, Mary's closet is quite small and very cluttered.
Well, it was when we saw it, but we didn't see. We've had a. That's a stupid statement because you wouldn't. You say, oh, but remember earlier? It's totally cluttered. Nobody could get in or out of that thing. But doesn't mean they couldn't have just taken crap out of it for this exact moment. That's dumb.
That's all.
Okay, well that's all. I did it for real this time. Don't get scammed.